Welcome to the wonderful world of wellness with Dr. Andy Mencia. This medical program heard from 7 to 7:30 each Saturday right here on WSBR 740 AM is brought to you by the Adult and Geriatric Center under the medical direction of geriatrician Dr. Andy Mencia.
We are back.
Yes, we are back. You love that.
Back.
And let's see, the weather. Can you believe what's happening
Oh
here?
my God. El Niño, La Niña. What is El Niño?
I don't know what it is, but is that why, are you getting a lot of people with the flu now?
A lot of people sick with the flu.
Even though there's no cold weather.
Now we still have the flu shot for those that want to wake up and realize that this is going to be bad. So, get the flu shot, because if you get sick, some of the people that are getting sick, the worst part is about 3 to 7 days, but then it can linger on for a good 3 to 6 weeks in you, and the nagging, non-productive cough, and
I have to tell everybody, you have a procedure there that, it's not that it saved my life, but it made it much easier. When I had a cough a long time, and it stayed in my chest, and I had a lot of phlegm.
Oh, yes.
What was that treatment that all of a sudden it just took everything away? It's fabulous. What is that?
When you develop an infection in the bronchi, the bronchiole basically get inflamed, and the inflammation doesn't expand outward but inward toward the lumen, and it closes the airway, and that's why it's so hard to breathe. And people don't understand, when they close a lot, let's say a person that is a ex-smoker or a person with asthma, the bronchiole can close so much that it restricts the flow of oxygen into the blood so much that it can give you a heart attack. So what we do is, with a nebulizer, which is a pressure machine that take medication and take it from liquid into smoke, and it take the medication and it produce the smoke that you inhale, and as you inhale, the smoke is going into your lung, and they are opening up your lungs.
Marvelous.
So I do that with a lot of the patients when they are feeling sick, to get them better fast. For example, if they have an event to go to and they need to get better really, really quick. So part of the strategy that we use at the center is to give them a nebulizer treatment. Even if they are non-asthmatic or they don't have emphysema or COPD, it works, beautifully, and right away. You feel great right away, because your lungs now are open and you can breathe better. So you're getting now oxygen, so you don't feel all of the collateral symptoms that go with the flu or with bronchitis or anything like that.
So you call it a nebulizer treatment?
Nebulizer treatment.
So
and we usually have the medication there.
It was really beautiful. I mean, I got rid of my phlegm. It was a great treatment, and I don't know if a lot of people use that. I mean, I don't know if a lot of doctors have that.
A lot of them have it. They use it only on asthmatic and patient with emphysema, but I think it should be used on anybody that need to get better soon. And I told my staff, I need Anita on the show, so give her a nebulizer treatment quickly.
But that was a very, very good treatment for it. And also, I thought maybe it's a good time to talk about high blood pressure. I love to talk about that, and low pressure.
Yeah.
And I've taken, the advice of using, I take magnesium, and you also gave me the advice of taking, the seeds, the
flaxseed.
Flaxseed.
The flaxseed.
I put flaxseed in a lot of things. What else did you
and
tell me
garlic.
to do? What?
The garlic.
Oh, the garlic. You know something. That brought back time when my mother used to take a piece of rye bread, rub garlic on it with butter. Oh my gosh. Right. So, I do all those things. And I like you especially because you do talk about natural remedies.
Of course. We try to, somebody come in with elevated blood pressure, and, we talk to them about diet and exercise. I'm a master in Taekwondo, so, I explain to them how to exercise on their own. if they are a Medicare patient, how we can get some physical therapy to get them going, and then for them to take off by themselves. And then we have two wonderful dietitians that work with us.
Oh, they're fabulous. Fabulous.
They will sit down with you for an hour, just going over your diet and what you are doing and what you should be doing and how to make the transition into a healthy diet. And then adding the holistic approach to it. A lot of times we can solve hypertension without having to take medication. I love that. If it's me, that's what I want.
I love that.
And a lot of my patients, they are happy not to have to take a medication. There are some of them that say, there's no way, I'm not going to do any of those things. Just give me a pill. Okay, that's what you want. I'm an MD. I can do that too.
Right, but it's better to do what you say.
Right. It's better
But just go down. I know that I'm going to put a nutritionist hat on you. Why does something as simple as flax seeds change your blood pressure?
Is how it works in the system with your cholesterol and the rest of your nutrients that follow the flaxseed. That is important. For example, you eat the oatmeal, it has certain benefit to it, but you add flaxseed to that oatmeal, you have potentiated now the benefit of that oatmeal as the body processes it. So it's just taking all the good things from your diet and potentiating those good things on your diet. And the garlic, on the other hand, what it's doing is basically trying to help your blood vessel dilate. And hypertension is just, tense blood vessel. That's what hypertension is all about. They are tense blood vessels. And a lot of the pill that we give you is to dilate those blood vessels so your blood pressure can go back down. So, and anybody that exercise, if you exercise, there was a big study in Israel where they look at the heart as a pump. And they say by just dropping a few millimeters of mercury in your blood pressure, it quadruple the power of your heart as a pump. So there's a lot of data, there's a lot of scientific data out there showing us that when we do lose on the extra weight that we carry, it's not to become a model, it's just basically to go for a walk every day and to follow a good diet, not to eat late at night.
Would you say not to eat late at night?
Not to eat late at night. Yeah.
I eat too late at night.
That's bad. When you eat,
Why?
Because when you eat late at night, what happens is your body now is going to absorb 100% of what you ate, and nothing is going to be burned because you're sleeping. You're going to sleep.
Oh, I see.
So you have to eat and get the metabolism going so that everything get processed. It's a cycle. You cannot break the cycle and say, okay, I'm going to do this part of my cycle now. Then in the morning I will continue. It's a cycle. As you eat, if you exercise, some form of activity, it's not going to a gym, just some form of activity after you eat, go for a walk, even in your apartment, walk the dog, do one of those things. Your body will not only assimilate better the nutrient that you have given, your bowel movement will be better by exercising. And you notice that people that are sedentary, they are more prone to having constipation than people that are active. And just look at when a person go to the hospital for a long period of time, most of the people, especially the elderly, become constipated, even if they were not constipated. Just the fact that you're just laying down in bed and you are not exercising. So being sedentary, can give you constipation, which in turn have all the consequences that against, good health and, and good energy in your life.
When I was growing up, we always ate at 6 o'clock. I don't know. In fact, there was a big thing. If you weren't at the table at 6 o'clock with your hands washed,
right.
there was hell to pay, right? Why are we all eating much later now? I mean, we do 7, 8 o'clock sometimes. I'm fixing dinner.
I guess, one of the things that my daughter and my wife, my ex, whatever I should be calling her. One of the things that, I used to say is that we should always eat together, because I learned that from my parents, that we always eat together. And, as I lost more and more control of the kids, they eat at their own time whenever they want to, we see everybody eating in a different corner. You lose eating is not just taking nutrients, it's feeding your family strength, feeling your soul, feeling the togetherness of being a family. So it's a lot on the ritual of eating. And there's still many people that eat together and eat early. And people, like you say, they say, okay, by this time I gotta be home so that we all can eat together.
Yeah, see, I'm guilty of that, and I'm going to do better from this discussion, because Bill's so good about all this, but he shouldn't have to eat at 8:00. It's not right, because I get home late. But just following through, I was thinking about all the elder population eating alone at home.
Yeah. Well,
and that's,
my Christmas was alone, so I ate alone. Yeah.
I know, but you can get up and get out. But a lot of older people have no other, they watch the TV, they sit in front of the TV and they eat.
Right.
And it's really something that's not a good thing.
Well, and what the audience should do, the people listening to us, just go by your couch and take a pic. And tell me if in your couch you have a table next to you, you have the control remote, you have a place to put your glass of water or beer or whatever you drink. And if you bring your food and bring the control remote and do all of this, you are a couch potato by definition. Keep your food in the kitchen. Go and get up and eat at the kitchen. You can still probably watch TV from there or do something, but try not to be so sedentary. Just don't get stuck into your couch. Get up and do other things. Yesterday, as I was home by myself, I got out and I went to the backyard, sat on a chair over there, took a bottle of water, and sat down to drink some water. Then went by the office, got some stuff from the office that I needed to get that I forgot, drove back, just finding things to do, and the day went by beautifully.
Well, I like what you just said about an older adult, to do that, but also something else. And I don't know, I know you just said it. We have a balcony, and unless it's very windy, it's a beautiful thing to sit on your balcony and actually overlook the Intracoastal, and to have dinner out there and just sit there or just do nothing and just, we don't do that. We're so glued to the television.
Absolutely.
And we should really partake of this beautiful world we live in.
When I'm going to eat, I take my appetizer, my salad, whatever is going to be my appetizer. I go outside. And I sit outside and I just look at the birds and people playing and what have you, and just have my appetizer outside. Then I go inside and I have my main course inside. And sometimes I have everything outside. I have to move. Then I have to get up and get this, go back, I don't have the radio right next to my seat, so I don't even have to get up. No, I have to get up a few steps to go to the radio and change the station or put the volume down or put it up. Those sort of things. Just look at your setting. Don't make it too comfortable. It's not good for you.
That's true. You should be able to dance. Young. Put the music on. Oh, I saw. Yes, Dr. Mencia had a Christmas party, and we know that he's very talented, but I didn't know he could dance so well. It was lovely to watch you dancing, and you do move a lot. I mean, that's very nice. And,
very active, yes.
Yeah, it's very important for people to do that. And actually, it's funny. We live in a place now where there's a big path, and it goes to a church around the lake. And we see people walking from a condominium, and sometimes there are 4 and 6 of them all walking over to church, and then they walk all the way back. Yeah. And so people need to find little social groups, I think, even a friend or two. Right. It's not good to be alone, Dr. Mencia.
It is true. But
sometimes maybe, but.
Yeah, one of the reasons I didn't want to get married young because, my father said, don't be afraid of getting married, just be afraid of divorce. So I did marry late in life because I didn't want to, see that part come, affect me, and my kids especially. But
being alone,
being alone sometimes is better than being in bad company.
No, that's true. No, being alone. But I'm thinking about as people age and they have no choice. They've lost their spouse.
Yeah, as we age, it's good to have friends. I have friends.
I have a
lot of friends, a lot of people I can count on.
Yes.
But
there are quiet times. I understand that.
Yeah.
But for an older adult who, thinks of, what I suggested, go through your albums with all your pictures.
Right.
It's a wonderful feeling, isn't it, to do that?
Yeah. It's something that is going to fade away with the phone because all the pictures are on the phone. The album will fade away.
See, Bill tells me, why don't you print those pictures? And why do you?
Because he's old-fashioned.
Yeah,
that's the way it used to be.
Well, he has 6 albums.
And, the young generation need to think of their future. When they have kids and grandkids, those pictures in the phone, if the phone fall in the pool, you might lose them if they're not in the cloud.
That's very funny. We don't want to do that. But life has changed a lot. But I think the basis of life is to find love, friends, kindness. People have to be kind to one another as much as they can.
And karma.
And karma.
We need karma.
And strong energy with one another. Find someone that you have a lot of strong energy and be with that person. Because life is too short. You watch television, you see lately now there's been so much hate and terrible things one says to another. It shouldn't be done.
Yeah.
I think life can be very beautiful. That's why I love having you on the radio. I look forward to this so much.
Thank
because
you, Anita. Me too.
You are very, very special in the world of medicine, of human beings, and I know people feel that way. They tell me about the radio. Sometimes they miss the radio with you and they'll say, what did he talk about? What was it like? And I said, well, we talked about this, and they, I listen, and it just comes across that way that you care so much for people. So I think in any venture that you
and
do
some
now,
of those that have become my patient, they come over and they say, "Oh, the topic was this. It was good."
That's right. They know. That's right. They say, "Why didn't you talk more about that?" Well,
exactly.
We try to think of things that I try to think of things that I'm going through, and then what happens to you. But I want to tell you another little story that I have an elevator that I have to go up to the 7th floor, and there's a woman who is so nasty, so mean. She has a little dog, but I'll say hello and she just ignores me. But they say that that's how she is. I feel very sorry for her. What is her problem, do you think, that she's so mean, and what is her problem?
Well, some people cannot let go of bad things that have happened in their life. They cannot live with, they prefer to waste all this energy, living, with hatred instead of living with love. It takes so little energy to love somebody, to care for somebody.
To love yourself? How about that? You think that maybe that's
and they might be afraid to love themselves. So, they produce this shield that people are afraid to break it. But, sometimes with those people, the best thing to do is, I see them at the office sometimes, and I sit down with them, and I try to help them break in that, there's no need to be angry. There's no need, to have that paranoia, like, we are here to steal from you or to do wrong to you.
And you see that when they come?
Oh, yeah, we see when they, we get people that come with, you can see their attitude, like you said, you talk and the way they respond back to you is snappy and not in a pleasant way, And, I tell my staff when that happens, the last thing you want to do is, answer anger with anger. Because they have problems, and that's why they are there at the office. Otherwise, they wouldn't be at the office. So we have, and one of the things, I was a psychologist by training before I became an MD. So I try to use the little that I learned, that I know in psychology, to to help those people find themselves.
Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't, and sometimes they go to the grave with that, and it's
with the anger and the hatred, and you can be driving today, you can be watching a movie, and your eyes will close, and your ear will close, and your nose will close, and it's called dying. And you will just die, and you won't. And when that happens, you have no time to fix anything. So while you are alive, while your eyes still open, open them and look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what can I do to make myself a better person?
And wake up every morning with gratitude. Gratitude that you woke up. Gratitude that the sky is blue and that there's a sun, and gratitude that you can go to the bathroom. No, everybody can't do that.
Something that I learned this weekend, it's like, we cannot live on illusions and just accomplishment and say, because I've accomplished this and accomplished that. Because all the energy that it takes you to accomplish what you accomplish in life, with today media, with today internet, today media, anybody can go there and just massacre you.
That's true.
With a few strokes.
Oh, yeah.
And, it's amazing how, before people will come to you and say, you SOB, blah, 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 and they walk away, and it was between you and the person and whoever was listening.
Now
it can be hundreds upon hundreds of people listening to what people are doing. So we can not live on what had been accomplished, but we have to look at the road ahead. It's a road ahead of us, no matter what.
And now with the new year starting, we're all going to make certain kinds of
resolutions,
challenges. We're going to deal with it, but most importantly, I think we just have to love the person, the people who are around us, and just like your patients, I know you do love them, your staff. You love our radio listeners.
Yeah, one of the topic that I think we brought it last year too is during this season. You have to be cautious with depression.
Yes, that was the article that's coming up.
That's the article coming in the next edition.
Yes.
The winter depression. So be aware of depression. You have different type of depression. You have the endogenous depression, which is when a person is prone to depression, they will get depressed. It doesn't take much to get them depressed. It could be just the fact that it is winter. And we don't have that much sunlight like in the summer. We'll get them. It's called seasonal depression. And some people will get depressed because they are lonely or because they lost somebody. So that's exogenous depression. When you lose somebody, you lose a house, you lose a car, you lose something, you lose a job. And of course we're going to become depressed, and it's a reactive depression. It's exogenous. It's coming from the outside. And, the worst time to be depressed is during this time, because everybody around you, it was so much happening, and everybody's happy and jolly and smiling. And when people are quote unquote not that happy, just normal, and you are depressed, you feel down, but not that much. But when they are up here and everybody is jumping and dancing and you are depressed, you feel in a deep hole. And your hole is not really that deep. It's just relatively, it looks like that. So if you feel depressed, just look for help. Ask for help and try to fight it, because it's usually one of the worst times to be depressed.
Right. And Dr. Mencia can help you. I mean, if you can't get out of it normally, then maybe there is a little bit of medication just on a temporary basis if that's what you need. But talk to people.
We have a patient that didn't want to take medication. And we put it with the hypnotherapy, one section, and we got her out. With one section of hypnotherapy, no pills.
Yeah. Well, that's what I love about your organization, Dr. Mencia. I live, breathe, smell it. It's just wonderful to be here with you. And I want to wish you and all our listeners who listen to this show so loyally, make this a wonderful, wonderful new year. Look for the positive in everything. There's a lot of positives out there. You just have to find them. And thank you very much. And we'll be back right after this.
Thanks for listening to The Wonderful World of Wellness with Dr. Andy Mencia. Be sure to tune in each Saturday morning from 7 to 7:30
right here on WSBR 740 AM.